Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I was doing really great myself, but then you know what? My mood started to go downhill a little bit, and do you want to know why? It's because I discovered the horrible truth. I am transphobic. Oh my god, you really cannot make this up. So anyway, remember how a week and a half ago or so, I criticized this one person's view or take on vampire survivors? And they said it was predatory, they said there was nothing to do, all that, so I criticized it. And then just a couple days ago, I made a follow-up where they said they were leading a crusade against the game, which by the way, I don't think they realized the crusades actually failed, so that's a little funny if you ask me. But yeah, apparently I'm transphobic for criticizing this person's take on vampire survivors. You cannot make this up. Now, I don't know exactly how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be pretty short, but I just wanted to start it off by reading this community post that this person put out. So let's go ahead and read it together, shall we? Sorry for all the laughing. This is just so ridiculous. I can't help it. So the other day, a channel by the name of Klutzy King put out a hit piece about me, which sent another small wave of hate my way. They misgender me in the title, so they're either a transphobe or just someone who can't be bothered to learn basic information about me. So I didn't bother watching their video, lol. Anyway, this has gotten me thinking about the whole vampire survivors debacle again. I've recently debated doing a post-mortem video of the whole situation, because getting dogpiled suddenly after spending 8 years on this channel going completely under the radar has to be the strangest experience I've had in a long time. But this recent attack from this loser has made me realize that these people honestly want to turn me into some kind of lol cow and use me to farm cheap clicks, and I'm not interested in playing that game right now. So comments on my Vampire Survivors videos are now permanently off, and I'm not going to be discussing the game in a public capacity again. And then he just goes on to celebrate 500 subs and all that stuff. But oh my god, I cannot get over this. So because I said he in my title instead of they, you're not even gonna watch my video or take criticism from it. Alright, cool, gotcha. But let's analyze this post. So they start by saying that, oh, I've misgendered them, and that either means I'm transphobic or that I didn't bother to do the research on them. Well, here's the problem with that, and there's actually multiple. Number one, your gender has nothing to do with this whatsoever. I don't care how you identify. Identify however you want. You could identify as a cactus gurgling fart monster and I wouldn't care. The point of my video was not talking about your gender identity. It was talking about your bad take on vampire survivors. And the fact that you refuse to watch it just because I quote unquote misgendered you in the title is absolutely ridiculous. Which, by the way, I did adjust the title, so now it says they instead of he. I hope your feelings aren't hurt anymore. But again, I have to question, what does this have to do with anything? If somebody made a video calling me out and they called me a she, I wouldn't care. Don't get me wrong, it would feel a little weird to me, but I'm not gonna let it upset me so much that I'm just not gonna watch the video and ignore any and all criticism from it. But want to know what's especially hilarious about this whole thing? They say, oh, I didn't bother to do the proper research. So I decided, you know what, let me do the proper research. Let's go to their YouTube bio and let's see what their gender is so I don't screw this up in the future. And guess what I was met with there? Absolutely nothing. Nowhere in your description on your YouTube channel do you mention your gender. So how am I supposed to know that? Even if I did go out of my way to look for your specific details so I don't mess anything up, I still would not be able to find it in your YouTube description. And again, even if I was able to find it here, I don't really care what your gender is. Your take was bad. That's all I care about. If I call you he in the title instead of they, that doesn't really change anything. Your take was still equally as bad. In fact, one of my good Discord pals in a group chat with me sent me your Twitter info, and over there I can see your pronoun related stuff. Problem with that is I don't have a Twitter, so how am I supposed to see that? And even if I did have a Twitter, you don't link it here, so how am I supposed to know to go check it? And even if you did link it here, I am not under any obligation to go through all these different links to all your different social medias just to make sure I put the right pronoun in my title. If you want that information immediately available, then you better put it on the page I'm looking at, which is your YouTube page. Because again, I don't have a Twitter. And even if I did, I'm not about to click through all of that just to figure out your pronouns. But just in case anybody out there for some reason does think that I am transphobic, trust me, I am not. I probably go to one of the most liberal colleges in all of the United States. Obviously, I'm not going to say where because I'm not trying to dox myself, but trust me. And here's another little piece of interesting information relating to my college life. When we first got here, here, the first few days were like orientation day for freshmen, right? And we were split up into different groups and we would meet every day and do stuff. My group had 4 leaders and 2 of them were trans, and I did not give a flying in fact, I thought they were the coolest of my leaders. And on top of that, just in case you want a little bit more proof, remember when I had that 5,000 sub giveaway at the end of December and you could win either a PS5, a Series X or S, or a Steam Deck? Yeah, well, fun fact, the winner of that competition identifies as they, them. I saw it in their Discord profile when I was accepting their friend invite. And guess what? I didn't care. I didn't take away the winnings from them because they were trans. I don't care. If I was transphobic, why would I give somebody who identifies as they, them a $700 Steam Deck? It makes no sense. Speaking of things not making sense, if you're getting so much hate because of my video, then how come you didn't leave the comments on so people could see it? Are you really so soft that you can't handle having comments being turned on? But yeah, anyway, that's really all I wanted to say, honestly. Sorry if it sounded like I was yelling a lot throughout this video. I mean, honestly, I was. But that's because this is just such an irresponsible and honestly really crappy thing to say. Accusing me of being a transphobe and hiding behind your gender identity because I criticized you is not cool. You can't just throw that accusation around lightly. Luckily, it didn't seem to have many consequences in this case, but accusations like that could legit ruin somebody's entire career. If I wasn't in the right state of mind when I responded to this, I could have said something that would have come off as like the tiniest bit, like insensitive or touchy or whatever, and then I could have ended up canceling myself, all because you can't take criticism. When I was criticizing your videos on Vampire Survivors, I had nothing against you, but now that you're gonna pull the gender identity card because you can't take criticism, yeah, sorry, you're a complete loser, and you are just not a good person. And sorry if that's a little mean and hurts your precious little feelings, but I don't take these types of accusations lightly. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.